Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Ooh. Welcome to Global Love Living live stream. Let's see, make sure I'm doing everything right. Welcome to all that are joining me. This is my first live here on Facebook, on YouTube. First thing I'm going to do before we get started, we are going to set the mood. I'm going to light a candle because I like to set the mood. My name is Cherie Hunter. I'm Cherie Hunter. I'm a wife. I am a mother. I am a personal chef. I'm a health and wellness mentor. I wear many hats. On this channel, we focus on loving the life that we live and living the life that we love. And on this live, we're going to talk about turning our L's into wins with love. And we're going to talk about what global love living is all about. What does it mean? And how did it come to be? Well, global love living is a part of Global Love Catering and Personal Chef, which is my business. I am a personal chef, professionally trained. I do have a bachelor's in culinary arts management, which is where I got my start. I love to cook. I've always loved to cook. My father and my mother instilled that in me at a very young age. My father is also a chef. Everything at home was cooked from scratch. Something that I truly, truly enjoyed. Biscuits, scratch, pull out the flour, baking powder, baking soda, do it all. Very fond memories. So when I got married and had kids, that is something I definitely wanted to instill in them, show them, and give them that experience. Now, did I go from graduating high school to being married, having kids? No. It was a process. It was a journey. I graduated high school. I actually joined the Marine Corps. I am a veteran. I met my husband at the recruiting office. Did 8 years in the Marine Corps. During that time frame, I did have 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl. And no, my daughter was not the last child. She was the second. I've always wanted 4 kids. And through that time, there were many ups and downs. The title of this is Turning L's into Wins. You can look at it as losses and wins, ups and downs. There are many different terms that can be used. But either way you look at it, it really just means how we overcome the things that happen in life, how we face challenges, and come out on top. And I'm going to tell you a few stories of how I did it, different things that have happened to me and how I handled them and how I overcame them and came out on top, which in turn prayerfully will help you as well. Let's start with my business. Now, I wanted to start a business. A lot of people start businesses all the time. Now, to open a catering business, opening a chefing business, no, you don't have to have a degree. You don't have to be professionally trained to be a trained chef to open a catering business. As long as you know how to cook very well, but will being trained give you an edge on others? Absolutely. So I decided that's the route I wanted to take. I wanted to have an edge against my competitors. Okay. Closest culinary school to my location was 2.5 hours away. Now, at this point, I've got a husband and 4 kids. All of my kids are in middle to elementary school. How am I going to swing going to culinary school 2.5 hours away and managing home at the same time? Can I do it? Absolutely. Is it going to be a challenge? Absolutely. Let's break it down. Now, that means I had to do a lot of meal planning because I'm going to be gone majority of the week because I'm not traveling back and forth every day. I come home maybe only on the weekends. So I'm cooking 4 days worth of food, come home 3 days, then I'm gone again. But then the mommy abandonment, so to speak, started to get to me. Me feeling I'm not here for my family started to eat at me. So I made another sacrifice. I started coming home more often. Did it take more of a toll on me? Absolutely. Did I care? Absolutely not. I did what I needed to do for me and my family. And I got my degree. It was a win. So I started my business. Kids are getting older. Business is going well. My children came to me, Mom, when we move out, how are we going to get your food? How are we going to get your recipes when we move out and move away? I said, oh, y'all just gonna have to come home and get my food. Have me cook for you. I said, I'll make a cookbook. I'll put a book together for when you all move out, and I will give you a copy of the book when you all move out. Well, okay. That was under works. That was personal on the side project that I was working on just for my children. Well, and by this time, I had my own building. I was renting a kitchen space in which I was doing my catering and personal chefing, and I was also doing lunch plates. I was selling lunch plates to different businesses around my city, where different businesses were able to order lunches for their employees. The employees were able to purchase lunches, and I was making the lunches and delivering them to their businesses. So I was doing that. I had my catering that I was doing and my personal chefing. I was winning. Everything was going perfect. And then a hurricane hit, and it messed up the roof of the building. Now I have no building. No building means no where to work, nowhere to cook, no way to make money. I'm at a loss. Now what do? I have to pivot. I have to find a way to move forward with my business, with my life. So, how do I do that? Well, what can I do with the skills that I have? Okay, we're professionally trained. We've gone to school. There are certain things that we learned in school. We can take that knowledge. What else do we have? What is it that we can do that is still a part of our business or a part of our life that is still in line with what we want to do? The cookbook. Yes, we said it was for our kids, but who says it has to be just for the kids? Now, yes, our kids are going to get a copy, but we can turn that cookbook into a published book. Take the recipes that they want, ones that we want them to have, add some more recipes to it, add some other information, different tips and tricks, put it all together, and create an actual product. Put it together, publish it, and not only have we put the cookbook together for our children and have it ready for them for when they're ready to move out and get their own place, we have also created a marketable product for our business and for other children and other people to enjoy and have. So that's what I did. I turned an L of losing my kitchen into a win by creating a cookbook. And I did it with and out of love for my children. Now, was it easy? No. Did it take time? Yes. Did I have a lot of input and mama add this, mama, I don't want that recipe? And yes, I've got 4 kids. They all had their opinion on what recipes should and shouldn't go in the book and what they make sure you put this in there, make sure you put that in there, and I want this in there and I want that. Yes. But at the end of the day, they all love it. I loved and enjoyed creating it and making it and putting it together for them. Now, life is full of ups and downs. But finding ways to turn it around and flipping it upside down for our benefit, for our good, is what makes it all worthwhile. Now, once I did that cookbook and it was a success, I've had people come to me in the past and they've asked me, how do I stay on top of a busy life? I'm like, what do you mean? Well, you've got 4 kids and a husband, and how do you not forget? I'm like, who says I don't forget? I mean, I'm only human. We all forget something sometimes. But at the same point in time, we don't always want to be forgetting. And we all know our noggins are not computers. We have to have a systematic way of staying organized. Now, everyone has their own way of doing it. And if you don't, then that's part of the problem. But here's the thing. If you have one and it's not quite working, it's time to tweak it just a bit. Now, how you tweak it can be how can I say this? Trial and error. Because not every organizational way works for everybody. And like I said, I've got a husband. He and I this year made 26 years being married. Finding an organization, a system that works for us did take some time. But once you find it, you're golden. Now, especially with us with 4 kids, we both are veterans. We both served in the Marine Corps. So we had to find ours early on. Now, a lot of time, he was deployed a lot. So a lot of the organization and the keeping track of things mainly fell on me, which wasn't a problem. But I'm a paper pen gal, paper pen planner type of girl. Okay. Now, my husband, he's more digital. He's an artist. He likes to draw. So all his notebooks is mainly for drawing. So that's what his notebooks are for. So we have our calendars, our phone calendars linked, and they're color coded. His appointments are in blue. My stuff is in yellow. The kids' stuff is in green. Stuff for church is in red. It keeps it neat. It keeps it organized. Family stuff is in a whole nother color. Now, the more detailed stuff, I keep written down in my planner. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's a happy planner or it's Erin Condren or whatever planner. Now, with that being said, I know the types of planners that I just mentioned, the happy planner, the Erin Condren, those can be overwhelming because they're 12-month calendars, 12-month planners, and they're thick. So what I have done, I have created 90-day journals. I have created one for men and women, the Encouraging Life Journal. It is a easy to follow, undated 90-day planner. For those that want to start to get their life on track, because we all want to, but we don't know where to start. And we feel that we have to start at the beginning of the year. No, you don't. Simply put, whenever the itch strikes you is when you should start. And right now, and I just thought about this morning, can y'all believe half the year is gone? Today is the 2nd of June. The first half of the year is gone, never to return. Six months. It's pretty much gone. So, this second half of the year, let's kick it off with the 90-day journal. 90 days, that's 3 months. Give yourself 3 months and see where you're at. I have created a journal for men and women. I have also created one for teens and young adults. For girls, now these journals are exactly the same, it's just the cover. This one shows for girls, this one is boys, and then this one is unisex. But the information in these three are exactly the same. And these journals can be found on Amazon. I will have the links in the description box for you to pick up your copy. Or you can pick them up on Amazon. Now, let's talk about growing up. For some of us, for all of us, growing up has its ups and downs, regardless of age. Age and growing up and ups and downs, losses and wins, it's irrelative. We all have them in one way, shape, form, or another. Now, how we handle them, how we overcome them, that is the love part. That right there, that's that. That's how we love the life that we are living and live the life that we love. How you bounce back. And I'm going to tell you a story. It was back when my husband was deployed. And there was a situation, and he wasn't receiving any of my letters that I had been sending him while he was deployed. And I was receiving letters from him, but for some reason he wasn't receiving my letters. And I received a letter from him. And the last letter I received was very disturbing. And I took that letter to my command. Well, first I took it to his command. And I told them that I needed to speak to him. I needed their help to get a letter to him. And they were reluctant, to say the least, to help me. But see, I am a very resilient woman and wife. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I am not going to just take, we'll do our best and let it slide and wait for them to do what they feel and wait. No, I need a guaranteed answer right here, right now. Okay, you don't want to give it to me? I'll go to my command. And I went to my command, and my command moved. I wrote a letter, gave it to my command. My command was already was on its way out to where he was. And they hand delivered that letter to him within a week. See, when you have a loss or a problem that you need to solve or want to take care of, your determination, your willingness to overcome, your ability to think outside the box is what's going to aid you in turning your L's into wins. But remember one thing, neither story about the roof being damaged with my kitchen or my husband not getting my letters, neither situation was I hot-headed or lost my temper. I stayed cool, calm, and collective about myself. That is something that we need to remember, that in order to turn L's into wins, we can't lose ourselves in the process. We have to keep our wits about us. We have to keep a level headed. Keep a level. Now, I'm not saying don't get mad about the situation. I'm not saying you can't be angry. That's not what I'm saying, not at all. Now, behind closed doors, yes, get mad, get angry, but never let them see it. I'm just saying, when it comes time to address the situation, when it comes time to take those steps and show them who you are and what you can do, you gotta show them better than you can tell them. That's all I'm saying. Because a hot head, well, that won't get you very far. Now, a smart, cool, calm, and collected head, that'll take you all the way, every time. Now, global love living. Global love living is all about finding that sweet spot in life. Finding your best self through self-care, through cooking, through family, through through life, through enjoying and bringing the best in you out of you. And I'm really looking forward to helping each and every one of you do just that. Now, when I say self-care, I do mean, but I don't only mean the hot cups of tea and coffee and lighting the candles and taking warm baths. I mean that, but self-care is so much more than just that. Health and wellness is not just eating right and exercising. It's so much more than that. Health and wellness can include family. It means so much more. Health and wellness means breaking through and taking care of your inner self, that inner you from childhood, from your of us that are older, from our 20s, from our 30s, and our 40s. That is something that I worked on when I decided to co-author an anthology book. This book right here, My Soul Says Yes, which is a book that I co-authored with two other African American women spanning two continents. Africa and America. And in this book are stories that we tell from our life of how we overcame everything from divorce, sexual assault, and many others. If you know anyone, any young woman that feels she's alone, that no one understands her story, understands what she's going through, from being assaulted to being beat by her significant other, get her a copy of this book and let her see that she's not alone and that she can and she will get through and she will be stronger because she will. Because these three women, we did it unapologetically. Very unapologetically. Now, was it easy? No. But did we do it with grace? Yes. Are we ashamed? Absolutely not. Turning your L's into wins with love. We all can do it. And I will honestly say I know we have all turned some L's into wins. But how? How did you do it? I'd like for you to tell me your story. How did you do it? Now, have we all done it with grace? Have we done them all with love? Did we start with love? Or did we start a little aggressive and then had to catch ourselves and pull ourselves back? And then be like, okay, we have to check ourselves and then go forward. Now I've had to do that a time or two. I'm not gonna sugarcoat and act like I've been all bells and whistles and done everything right the first time around, because I'm human just like everybody else. We've all fallen short. We've all had our shortcomings. Okay. So I'm not sitting here like I ain't hiccup the time or two or four or five, but who's counting? I'm not. But at the end of the day, it's the fact that you've tried. It's the fact that you did not give up on you or your family. That is the key. That is the main point. As long as you keep that in here and up here, that is what really matters. That is the key to turning your L's into wins with love. Because no matter the situation, as long as you're doing it for the right reason, and you're going about it the right way. Meaning, you're not robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because paying one to pay the other is not turning an L into a W. That's turning an L into a L, trying to make a W, but back to a L. And that's not going to work. Now, I will say this. If anything I have said tonight, today, has spoken to you, reach out. You can reach me through my email, globallovecatering@gmail.com, or you can go to my website at globallovecatering.com and go to the contact me page and fill out the information there. And we can contact each other that way about working together through my mentor program. If you're interested in the journals, you can contact me, or you can go to Amazon. And the links, the links will be in the description box. I'll put those in the description box below here shortly, as soon as I can. Because I do have, and on my website, I do have courses. I have the Encouraging Life 4-week course that you can take, that you can do, and you can do it at your pace. It is not one that is timed. If you want to take it with me and have me available, we can see about doing that, or you could take it on your own at your own pace. I have other courses on my website as well that you can do. My cookbooks are on my website, or they're on Amazon as well. So I do have a meal plan, meal prep workbook that I am working on currently that is going to be available here real soon. Keep an eye out for that. My next live is going to be in 2 weeks, and that live is going to be about managing your life. Now, work-life balance, in my opinion. Now, I am 46 years old. I've been married for 26 years. I've got 4 kids. My oldest is 22. My youngest is 18. With all those stats, I do not believe there is such thing as balance. What I do believe in It's manage. You can manage your life. And I don't believe in manage as just a word. It's also an acronym. And tune in to my next live, which will be in 2 weeks. And I will break down and tell you exactly what that acronym is. The word is manage, but you got to tune in to find out what manage is all about. Now, if you're interested in me speaking at your next uh, event, please email me and I will speak with you and send you my media kit at globallovecatering@gmail.com. My books are available at globallovecatering.com and on Amazon. I thank you for tuning in, and remember, turning your L's into wins with love. It's not easy, but it can be done. I'm Cherie Hunter. I'm a wife, mother, personal chef, Marine Corps veteran. And I will see you in 2 weeks for my next live. Thank you for joining me. And at this time, if there are any questions, I will answer them now. And while I'm answering those questions, I will go ahead and add those links into the chat. Oh, no, I guess I will not be doing that because that just messed up. So let's see. I guess I will have to wait until I finish because I don't have those up. Shoot. Can I do this? Can y'all still? Okay. Copy link. Any questions? Okay, there's one. Did it go in? Okay. Okay. Let's see. I am trying to add it into the chat. Hello, Justin. I am trying to add the links now, but it looks like, let's see, copy link is not. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I will do is once I end the live stream, I will pin the links to the top of the chat so that if anyone wants to go to Amazon and purchase any of the books, those links will be at the top of the chat. And I see someone has asked for the links to the cookbooks, so I will add those in there. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to my first live. Thank you all, and I will see you all on my next live in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone. Have a good night, and I will see you in my next live. Bye.